I'm Mr. Ambrose, the new butler.
I'm Flo, the new butler's daughter.
Easy pickings.
I understand that you're in love with Hetty Feather.
You should be giving her a ring. A ring, my boy.
It once held the Dawn Star, a sacred jewel. It was stolen.
We have to look. That's him, Mad Uncle Monty.
The man who stole the Dawn Star shall be cursed for 12 generations.
I have discovered scandal in this house. A rumour always finds a way to me, Mrs. Calendar.
Good, I got a letter from Harriet.
She was her best friend.
She's a school teacher in America, and she wants me to join her. There's nothing here for me.
How do we know if we're on the right path? As a servant, I didn't have many choices, but I had one big decision to make. I could go to New York and be with my friend. But what about my friends here? Could I really leave them behind and start again?
No, on the easel.
I knew I didn't want to be a servant forever. But could I really be a teacher in New York?
That will be all.
And even if I could find the courage to change my path, how would I know I'd chosen the right one?
Perhaps you can assist me. I'm looking for a particular book.
I'm sorry, Master Ashrock, I have to work. You might ask Master Edwin. He knows where every book is. Almost.
I wish to say,
You're welcome.
Could I be happy, starting again in another country, uncovering its secrets and mysteries? Or would I always feel like I was pretending to be something I wasn't? Like so many others.
The sooner they find Constance a full-time nursery maid, the better.
This time tomorrow, she's not going to be a problem. I'll get that feather girl to look after little Miss Puppet. Give a day off. Here. With the master away, they won't even notice they're gone. You packed your bags? Good. We give them their dinner. We get the stuff. We're gone. You understand? That's my girl.
Looks delicious, Agnes.
Looks disgusting.
Wonder what they have for breakfast in New York. Suppose it's part of travelling the world, trying new things.
You know, you could just try new things here. Because if you really want to be a teacher...
I don't know. Maybe I'd be terrible at it.
True. And you'd have no time for writing. And you wouldn't have your friends around, like Gideon. And the rest of us.
I would miss you. All of you. I'm happy here. But not forever.
You have surpassed yourself, Agnes. But I believe Mrs. Calendar prefers her bacon a trifle less,
Burnt? Better let me help with the mistress's breakfast.
I suppose I could do with a junior in the kitchen.
How managerial of you, Agnes. Hetty, Miss Constance has requested you take her breakfast tray. And stay with her, please. And keep her busy, if you will.
Yes, Mr. Ambrose.
Mr. Ambrose. I won't need this.
Decided you're too young to settle down, have you? Sensible boy.
Imagine how how stupid you would have felt. You ask her to marry you and she tells you she's off to New York.
I never said I was going to ask her. She hasn't actually made her mind up yet.
You heard her. She doesn't want to be here forever.
He's just come out the tunnel. What's he up to?
Can we be of any assistance, Master Ashok?
Get back to work. I need no help.
Whatever it is, he doesn't want us finding out.
Today's post, milady. A rather tepid response to the advertisement for a nursery maid, I'm afraid. However, there is a letter from Mr. Calendar. I trust business in Europe is going well and Emily is settled at school?
Ah, here we are, the staff wages. Due at the end of the month, I believe.
Very good, ma'am. You'll also see there some applications to be Master Ashok's valet.
Excellent. The more we can do to make him feel at home. I had hoped he and Edwin would be friends. Perhaps if I were to treat them like young gentlemen. We could make an evening of it, with billiards and mutton pulao. Will the kitchen manage mutton pulao, do you think?
Oh, I'm sure they will exceed expectations.
That won't be too difficult.
Mutton pulao. We can make mutton pulao, can't we, Flo?
Of course we can. It's just stew with spices.
I knew you'd rise to the challenge, Agnes. You have the makings of something special, something senior.
I'd always hoped I might become a housekeeper proper one day.
We have a busy day ahead, but if you impress me, who knows what may transpire.
Oh, I better check we're well stocked for mutton. And pulao.
He looked shifty. He was definitely up to something.
He was in the library earlier, but how did he know about the tunnel?
I was just trying to be nice. He just arrived. But the important thing is, he was probably looking for the Dawn Star. So we must too.
Yeah, but what about the curse? 'Cause, you know, if I find it and I'm not its rightful owner...
All right, you stay here. I'll go and see if there's anything more I can find out from the library. Gideon?
She never did find out what lurked in the cabin in the woods. She locked the door, threw the key in the lake, and swore she would never, ever trespass again.
That story was rubbish. She's a lily liver, and now I'll never know what was in the cabin.
Would it still be rubbish if she turned the key and slowly opened the door? Inside it was dark, and she felt her way towards a dimly glowing light. She reached out her hand and felt something soft. Hair, but not human hair. This was monster hair.
I like your story better. Will you write one for me?
I'm sorry, Miss Constance, I have to work, and I don't have any paper.
There's some in the library. And ink.
I'll do my best.
Ambrose, I shall need my carriage bringing round. I would prefer to ignore the whole business, but it is important to my husband I attend to a family matter.
Yes, ma'am.
Assume I won't be back for dinner, and tell Edwin he is to make an effort with Ashok.
Certainly, ma'am.
This is a shortlist for valets. Please arrange interviews. And tell Constance she is to be good.
Very good, ma'am. Rest assured, the house, the children will be in very safe hands.
Look, it's a clue. First the star, and now this. The book?
The building of Calendar Hall. That must be the book Ashok was looking for.
Fortunately, he couldn't find it. It's over there. Bottom shelf. He must have given up and gone to explore in the tunnels.
It's a bit weird. Half of it isn't even in English.
Look.
Pigpen. It's a cipher. Look at the symbols. They're all letters. It's a code.
It could
tell us where the jewel is. We just need to work it out.
Good news. Mrs. C's going out. She won't be back till late. So as soon as dinner's...
Make sure you clean into the corners.
Yes, Flo.
Need more rice.
Aggie, why would Mr. Ambrose be pleased Mrs. Calendar's going out?
How would I know?
He said as soon as dinner's served.
He wonders what concern it is to a scullery maid.
Sorry, Mr. Ambrose.
Your sister would do well to know her place.
Missy meant no harm, I'm sure, but I'll have a word.
Do that, please. Thank you. Now, I must see to these applicants.
Perhaps you might consider Gideon, Mr. Ambrose. He's very clean and he can polish a shine in his boots like no one's business.
Yes. A fine idea. Why don't you give him the good news yourself? It'll be good training for when you're housekeeper.
There. Finished.
The road to the Dawn Star begins in the secret Ambry. Ambry? That can't be right.
Yes, it's Old English. A small cupboard for sacred things. Like the Dawn Star. We find the Ambry, we find the jewel. Who's there? You were spying on us.
I was not. I knew about that thieves' book and the Ambry already.
Well, now that we're all here, maybe we can work together?
He spied on us. I'm not working with him.
Let's not take sides.
You're the one who's taking sides. His. I refuse to work with the descendant of a thief or his friend.
Guess who?
Jack?
Oh, it's me, silly. I've got good news. You're being promoted. To valet.
I haven't applied to be a valet.
I did it for you. Here, the pay's better. Maybe an extra £1 a year.
I'm happy in the gardens. Mr. Calendar's away.
It's not Mr. Calendar. It's Ashok.
Ashok? I'm not being Ashok's valet.
You're going to be Ashok's valet?
It's first step to becoming butler.
I don't want to be a butler.
This is perfect. You can make sure he doesn't find the Ambry.
I'm not doing it.
Ashok's not that bad.
He has to sack me first because I'm not being his valet. And that's final.
You will be responsible for the young master's wardrobe each day and maintaining his room at a pleasant temperature.
Yes, but at all times with the window open. I cannot tolerate a stuffy room.
Always acknowledge the master when he addresses you, please.
Yes, sir.
And ensure he has every comfort he requires.
Yes, everything. No matter where it is or where it may be hidden.
Yes, Master Ashok.
You will serve dinner tonight. Yes. Mrs. Calendar won't be here, and I think it will be good experience for you. And it will allow me to attend to other matters. Master.
I'm sorry, Miss Constance.
You promised me a story.
I said I'd try my best. And I do have a story for you. Shall I tell you what it's about? It's about a very special young girl called Constance, who is kind and understanding.
I suppose she's forgiving too. Especially when people don't keep their promises. You're lucky I like you. You're clever. That's why Jack wants to marry you.
Don't be silly. Jack doesn't want to marry me.
He does. He's going to ask you.
Now who's telling stories? I'll tell you yours just before bed, all right?
Come in.
Rosamond.
I wasn't expecting.
I'm sure you weren't. But George is in Europe, so if you were hoping to throw yourself on his mercy...
Do come in. I'm afraid I find it rather a strain to stand for long.
Hetty, I seem to have misplaced my eyeglasses.
You don't wear eyeglasses.
I do. Not all the time. Only when I eat.
They're going to look for the Ambry. So we're going to beat them to it.
I would offer you tea.
Please, don't trouble yourself.
I'm glad you came and not George. After all, it was you whom I treated appallingly.
You tried to publicly disgrace me. It should have been Emily's happiest birthday, and you tried to ruin it.
I did. And I offer you my sincerest apologies. I do not deserve your forgiveness.
So it's my forgiveness you want? Not money?
Money wouldn't help me now. It's my heart. We are all on the same journey, although some of us will arrive sooner than others.
Is there anything...
I could not abide to end my journey without making amends. With Robert away, you are all the family I have.
It's not in here. Next.
Go on. And that, Flo, and that. Wrap it carefully, girl. I don't want any damage.
I know what to do by now, Pa.
Oh. Wait here, Flo.
We must have missed something. We've looked everywhere.
Not everywhere.
I knew you were up to something.
Look, in here. Another star.
That star, it's on the portrait.
Here, have a look.
What's inside? Is it the jewel?
It's empty.
I did not take it.
Well, where is it then?
Maybe it's the wrong Ambry?
How many Ambrys can there be?
Edwin, why aren't you in bed?
We found the Ambry, but the Dawn Star wasn't in it.
What are you talking about? What Dawn Star?
This is the most precious jewel, worth thousands, stolen from my
Legend says it's buried here. We've been searching for hours.
Rest here. I'll have a room made up.
What's she doing here?
Edwin, we'll discuss it in the morning. As for the rest of you...
Hetty Feather! Kitchen! Boys, to your work, if you please. Outrageous! Flo, take these linens to the laundry room. I am most terribly sorry, ma'am. Rest assured, the staff will be dealt with. Now, shall I prepare a room for...
Lady Grenford. Yes, please do.
She's not staying!
Edwin, must I remind you of your manners?
He is protective of you. Do not scold the boy for loyalty.
Perhaps. But I will not tolerate such discourtesy. You must learn to control yourself, Edwin, instead of running around after some fable.
But it's not some fable. Ashok will tell you. We found a cipher.
Enough! If there was a jewel in this house worth thousands, your father would know of it. Not another word. To your room.
Mrs. Callender needs her head seen to. After everything Lady Grenford did to her.
Flo, you will be in charge of the cooking from now on.
Am I being punished?
You're a hard worker, Agnes, but you're a terrible cook. And you're no good as a housekeeper, either. However, I'm sure with a little experience and some application, you'll thrive, yes? Yeah. Flo!
Maybe I should go to New York. I don't suppose my job's secure if Lady Grenford's staying.
I'm sure all that's forgotten.
Constance said something funny earlier, that you were going to ask me to marry you. I can understand how she might have got the wrong end of the stick. We're a bit more sensible than that, aren't we? And young, really very
Hetty,
young.
it's fine. Really. I'm off to bed. Night.
Change of plan, France. We're sticking around a couple of days.
Not this again. I thought you said that we could go...
A secret passage. A false panel. I swear, Flo. It hadn't been opened in years.
We've got a bag of trinkets worth a fortune. Why do you want to stick around for some scribbles on a tatty piece of parchment?
No, think. What if this leads us to the jewel? You heard him. They spent all night trying to find a clue in a secret hidey hole, and then what do I find? I find this in a secret hidey hole. If we find this jewel, it sets us up for life.
No more robbing. Or moving. We could stay in one place. We could have our own place. I always fancied a little garden and sticking around long enough to see it grow.
Yes, yes, my darling girl. Anything you want.
For some of us, there was no questioning who we were. But did that mean we would always be the same person? Was it ever too late to change? Or could we turn over a new leaf and start fresh from the beginning? I couldn't believe Jack was thinking about getting wed. It didn't make my decision any easier. Was I destined to be a wife? Or a teacher? Or neither?
He started to whimper, and still she came. 3 feet away from his dagger-like claws. The bear couldn't take it anymore. He turned and ran, and that's how she became known as Constance the Brave.
Whatever I decided, I knew I wanted to write my own ending. And one thing I was sure of, I'd always be a writer.
One of you will attend to Lady Grenford. Hetty has kindly volunteered.
No, I didn't. I need to tell you something. Hetty, she's asked me to go to New York with her.
What do you think he'd do if he found you in here?
He's dangerous and unpredictable.
I'm not afraid.
What do we do now?
We go after him.